Hi everyone, guys. After watching the thumbnail of this video, I'm sure you would be getting that feeling. यार ये क्या कर रहे हैं यार EduTab वाले? They are comparing UPSC and RBI. UPSC अलग है, and I totally agree with your perception. UPSC is at a different level. I'm sure nobody will join RBI if is given an option to become an IAS, IPS or IRS officer. So ये मुझे भी पता है. The idea of this video is not to tell you that RBI is something similar to UPSC. No. Rather, the idea of this video to let you know that how RBI Grade B can be a respectable exit for people who are preparing for UPSC and not able to make it to the top level. देखिए यूपीएससी की जो जर्नी है, it has its own ups and downs. Veterans of UPSC will tell you that preparation of UPSC is a mini course in dealing with life itself, because it makes you understand so many things about life. When you fail, you hit the ground zero, you start again. So that's a different challenge that everybody has to face. But then there are some people who are stuck at a particular level. They are not able to exit this ladder and become IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS officers. So यहाँ पे there are some things that many do know that they need a now respectable exit. तो उसमें RBI is one of the good options among many. You can have state civil services, you can have SSC, many others. But I would talk about RBI without mentioning के बाकी अच्छी हैं या बुरी हैं. Let's talk about Reserve Bank of India, the Central Bank of India, which gives you, I would say, a decent salary, a respectable job, a good learning and growth opportunities. And above all, I feel that, as I told you, it's a respectable exit. That is what I feel. So why RBI can be a respectable exit for somebody who is not able to make it to the top level of UPSC? I mainly see it for two reasons. One is there is huge overlap of syllabus. So somebody does not have to start from scratch while preparing for RBI. So though it is still competitive, but it's like you feel at home when you start preparing for RBI after UPSC. And then there are some perks. I'll talk about them, that though maybe they're not at the level what you may get at UPSC, वहाँ पे बहुत तरह से you earn money, right? Even if you are not a corrupt officer, then also you get so many gifts, or you are in the policy making, you know कि कहाँ पे industrial park setup होने वाला है, कहाँ पे क्या होने वाला है. So you will always have options to at least be established at a good level by the end of your tenure. But RBI में भी अच्छे खासे perks हैं, उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. So first, if I start with the overlap of syllabus, this is your RBI Grade B pattern. There are three phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. If I talk about phase 1, now there is one paper which has 4 sections: GA, Reasoning, English, Quant. So if I talk about GA, this is not exactly the same what you study in UPSC current affairs, but I would say many things are overlapping. Just the orientation in terms of current affairs will change, because in RBI, they will ask you more factual rather than more conceptual being asked in UPSC. Reasoning, Quant और English में बताऊं तो to a certain extent, you will find some similarity with UPSC CSET, but they are very different. I want to caution you here. But still, फिर भी एक basic level से start करेंगे zero से, अगर UPSC की preparation नहीं की है, but after doing UPSC CSET, maybe you are already on 2 out of 10 level. तो थोड़ा बहुत यहाँ पे help मिलेगी, but anyways, this is qualifying. आप थोड़ा बहुत जुगाड़ वुगाड़ लगा के clear कर लोगे यार अगर UPSC वाले हो. Now coming on to the phase 2 preparation. 3 पेपर हैं. पेपर 1 is economics and social issues, पेपर 2 is English and पेपर 3 is finance and management. ओवरऑल बताऊं तो ये दो पेपर यूपीएससी वाले हैंडल कर लेते हैं. आई मीन बट द थर्ड वन इज समथिंग न्यू टू देम. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द सिलेबस एक्चुअली. इफ आई टॉक अबाउट इकोनॉमिक्स एंड सोशल इश्यूज, ये सिलेबस है. Though this part of your syllabus has been deleted in the recent edition of RBI notification, but I still consider it as a part, because somehow this is still part of social justice. But anyways, coming back to the syllabus, if I talk about growth and development unit, this unit, topics like poverty, topics like sustainable development, environmental issues, these are covered in your prelims topics, like poverty, then sustainable development, climate change. तो ये सारे topics आपके यहाँ पे होते हैं. If I talk about unit 2, Indian economy, then Indian economy is here. Then government budgeting, where you study basically about economic survey, union budget, right, and little bit of, I would say, monetary and fiscal policy also. This is also there. Then industrial policy, changes in industrial policy and industrial policy and growth. This is also part of your thing here. सो काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें आपको मिल जाएंगी, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको स्क्रैच से शुरू करना पड़ेगा. इफ़ आई टॉक अबाउट ग्लोबलाइजेशन, योर थर्ड यूनिट इन इकोनॉमिक्स एंड सोशल इश्यूज, so there is a topic in your GS paper 3 and GS paper 1, effects of globalization on Indian society, effects of liberalization on Indian economy. Then in your GS2 paper, right, in your GS2 paper there are a lot of topics related to regional economic cooperation, where you study about SARC and all. Then you also discuss about important international institutions like IMF, World Bank, WTO here, right? Regional economic cooperation is studied here. So again, there is good amount of overlap. And the last one, social structure in India. So in your GS paper 1, there is a unit on role of women and women's organization. So which is about gender issues, right? Then poverty, urbanization, these are also there, and right. Then in GS paper 2, there is also mention of schemes related to vulnerable sections of society, which is related to social justice, right, or positive discrimination. These are all there, right. And poverty is there anyways, which is part of our social problem, and poverty is this in unit 1 also. So there is a lot of overlap which I feel in ESI, and one must be able to handle it. The only thing which I want to caution you is that there is different in orientation. Suppose in UPSC you got a question on GDP, which would be something like this, right, which would be tough. Whereas in RBI Grade B, they might directly ask you the definition of GDP. So that's the difference between the orientation. You need to understand that. ठीक है, बिल्कुल यूपीएससी की तैयारी करके जाएंगे तो आरबीआई ग्रेड बी में भी मुंह की खानी पड़ सकती है. Next is your finance and management that I would like to study. So in finance and management, in case you don't know the pattern, let me tell you the pattern also. So in RBI Grade B, these two papers, paper 1 and paper 3, 100 marks each, 50 marks objective, 50 marks descriptive. राइट तो ये डिस्क्रिप्टिव में कहीं ना कहीं यू हैव ऑलरेडी डन डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग, यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर इट. द ओनली डिफरेंस इज दैट हियर द आंसर्स आर टू बी टाइप्ड ऑन कंप्यूटर विद द हेल्प ऑफ कीबोर्ड. So you need to develop that typing practice. That is another change that you need to inculcate in your preparation from UPSC to RBI. Now, if I talk about finance and management, again 50% objective, 50% descriptive. So descriptive skills हैं, but typing के साथ आपको यहाँ पे भी करनी पड़ेंगी. In terms of your syllabus, if I talk about management, these are the topics, right, which I've highlighted in yellow here: motivation, personality, emotional intelligence, perception. You can see here on your screen. Now, this portion is easy. I mean, even if you have not read it, some of these things like Maslow theory and all, you would have read it. If somebody has PubEd as their optional, they would have read it all. So this portion is easy, but not so easy as it seems. The questions are tricky, so you would have to read it carefully. यहाँ पे आपको थोड़ा effort डालना पड़ेगा. This is the main area, the management and the finance syllabus. This is your finance syllabus, right? ये शायद पुराना है मेरे पास अभी, राइट, ये पुराना है, बट एनीवेज द क्रक्स इज, ये रिसेंट नोटिफिकेशन में चेंज हुआ है, बट द क्रक्स इज के your syllabus is nothing core finance, right? Nothing is core finance except there is one unit which is not mentioned here on balance sheet, income statement, cash flow and ratios that you would have to do. But apart from that, this is just something you would be reading. आपने derivatives भी पढ़ा होगा, आपने risk management भी कहीं ना कहीं पढ़ा होगा, आपने money markets, equity markets, bonds के बारे में पढ़ा होगा. You would have read about functions of RBI. So you would have little exposure to all these chapters, but you need to polish them as per the needs, क्योंकि इसमें काफ़ी थोड़े से आपकी UPSC नॉलेज से थोड़ा इन डेप्थ क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे. तो यहाँ पे भी आपको एफर्ट डालना पड़ेगा थोड़ा सा. सो इन माय व्यू, जो मैं आपको समझाना चाह रहा हूँ, ESI इज ऑलमोस्ट प्रिपेयर्ड, right? You just need to handle descriptive portion with respect to typing speed and all. Finance is where you would have to put a lot of effort. So this should be your first point of preparation when you start your preparation, right? Or the next one is paper 2, that is English, right? This one paper. This is totally descriptive. Here you get 3 questions: essay, Preci and comprehension. Now essay, again, on pen and paper you would have done in UPSC. Here you need to learn to write it on the keyboard. Precis are something new here, but you can handle it. And comprehensions you are already doing in UPSC also, CSAT, but here it would be little different as you have to type your answers, not take your answers. तो ये भी doable है. I think it is not taking much time for anybody, right? UPSC or not UPSC, everybody is able to do it within 30-40 days easily, or people even spend less time on this. तो ये एक ऐसे में तो आपको थोड़ा इजी रहेगा ही, बाकी चीज़ें भी आप कर पाएंगे. सो द ओनली चैलेंजिंग एरिया विच आई फाइंड इज वन इज योर FM प्रिपरेशन. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आपको मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. और उससे पहले जो मैं आपको बताऊं कि आपका जो मैंने ये बताया था क्वांट रीजनिंग इंग्लिश, सी सेट से थोड़ी हेल्प मिलेगी, बट द लेवल हेयर इज वेरी हाई, सो यू वुड हैव टू पुट लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट इन दिस एरिया, बहुत ज़्यादा. और करंट अफेयर्स या जनरल अवेयरनेस में बहुत ज़्यादा फैक्ट्स आपको करने पड़ेंगे, ये चीज़ आपको याद रखनी है. ठीक है, ये 3 पॉइंट याद रखना. क्वांट रीजनिंग इंग्लिश हाई लेवल का करना है, GA में फैक्चुअल नॉलेज पे जाना है, और FM पे बहुत काम करना है. तो ये 3 मेन एरियाज आपके होंगे. सो दिस इज अबाउट दी overlap of syllabus which shows that it is doable, or you would have to manage it. If I come to perks, तो perks again I do not want to compare कि यार UPSC और RBI में perks बराबर हैं. मतलब मैंने तो IAS ऑफिसर सारे, क्या पावर है यार उनके पास, मतलब कोई कंपैरिजन ही नहीं है. एक IAS ऑफिसर जा रहा है, एक RBI ऑफिसर जा रहा है, देयर इज नो कंपैरिजन, ये सोचो भी मत. सैलरी की बात करें तो सैलरी तो देखो ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर होगी, बट पैसा समहाउ आई फील के इनके पास ज़्यादा होता है, बिकॉज दे आर इन द पॉलिसी मेकिंग. इनको लूप होल्स भी पता है, इनको ये भी पता है कहाँ पे इंडस्ट्रियल प्लांट बनना है, कहाँ पे कुछ और डेवलपमेंट होनी है. सो दे कैन ऑलवेज हैव दैट लेवरेज ऑफ नो नॉलेज, एंड दे कैन इन्वेस्ट समवेयर और डू समथिंग, विच आई डोंट थिंक इज अ बैड थिंग इफ यू हैव सम इंटरनल इन्फॉर्मेशन. तो इन चीज़ों में तो आप कंपेयर नहीं करो मेरे हिसाब से. बट वाई RBI is a good exit? The point is that कि ठीक है UPSC तो बेटर है ही, बट हाउ RBI can be a good exit is, guys, वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस बहुत अच्छा है. मतलब सैटरडे संडे बंद, ऑफिस कभी नहीं जाना है. मंडे फ्राइडे 5 बजे छुट्टी खत्म, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 6 बज जाएंगे अगर आपके टाइमिंग्स कुछ अलग है. मेंटल पीस बहुत है यार, एक जॉब सिक्योरिटी है यहाँ पे, UPSC में भी है, बट वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा पॉलिटिशियंस के साथ आपकी मेंटल पीस खराब रहती है. यहाँ पे रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, बट इतनी भी नहीं है कि रात को दंगे हो गए तो आपको रात को उठ के जाना पड़ेगा. सो एक मेंटल पीस है, राइट, और एक ग्रोथ और लर्निंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा. मैं बोलूँगा यू गेट अपॉर्चुनिटी टू हैव अ सबैटिकल एंड लर्न इन फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज, प्रोवाइडेड नो यू आर वेरी इंटेलिजेंट. देन यू कैन बी रिकमेंडेड टू board of directors of cooperative banks later in your career. You can be sent on deputation to banks in developing countries. अफ्रीकन बैंक्स में बहुत सारे लोग गए हैं, ठीक है, जिनको इंडिया की नॉलेज की ज़रूरत है. देन IMF और वर्ल्ड बैंक में पोस्टिंग के चांसेस हैं, बहुत ट्रिम है, बट स्टिल सम पीपल मेक इट, राइट, सम पीपल स्टिल मेक इट. तो ये सारे चीज़ें हैं, देयरफॉर आई फील RBI इज अ गुड एग्जिट. बाकी अगेन आई एम टेलिंग इट वेरी ओपनली दैट UPSC is another level. I myself feeling uncomfortable in saying कि UPSC versus RBI, but the point is how is it a respectable exit? That is what we are discussing. So ये आप गाइड बुक जरूर डाउनलोड कीजिए. If any time you feel you want to prepare for RBI Grade B, this guide book has everything for you. It has knowledge about RBI, departments in RBI, functions of RBI, promotions in RBI, plus full syllabus of the exam, previous year questions of the exam, and detailed book list and resources for the exam. And this can be downloaded by going to the description of this video. There is a link using which you can download it, and it is entirely free. And these are our courses for RBI Grade B 2024. We have 2 courses, Gold Pack and Silver Pack. Gold Pack is a complete comprehensive course for Phase 1, Phase 2 and interview. Silver Pack is mainly for Phase 2 and interview, but you will also get current affairs for Phase 1 in the Silver Pack. And in case you want to check our free material, you can download free material by clicking on the link in the description of this video, right? And you can build that trust which you will need to become part of EduTab community. So thank you, have a nice day. It was nice interacting with you. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you, have a nice day. Love you all. Bye-bye.